Alright guys, this is Raging Reaper 1. I'm going to be bringing you the best build in Division 2 to date. Now, the number one thing we're looking for in this build is Nemesis. If you don't have this weapon already, it might be a few weeks before you can get it again, considering that you need the pieces for it in order to construct it, which are only drops and strongholds from the invaded missions weekly. And also from a sniper rifle that you get in Tidal Basin, that if you haven't found it, you're probably going to be waiting a while to get it. But if you've already got this sniper rifle, this is going to be the perfect build for you. Our secondary weapon is going to be the classic M60. We're going to roll with 25% weapon damage buff from Unhinged. We're also going to be having the ACOG scope for 20% optimal range, running with calibrated link, if you want that stability, and 10% accuracy. Now, you want to use sharpshooter due to the fact that we're looking for headshot damage, because right now the Nemesis can do 1.5 million damage per one shot to the head. It can do more, but that's only based on the buff of marking them and having them marked for a few seconds to add a 50% more damage. Now, the trick with this though is the fact that you're going to have to hold the trigger in order to get 100% more weapon damage. So it's almost like a charge up shot, but I'm telling you right now, this will one-shot people in PvP. It's very easy. You can start controlling the battlefield, and I've gone 13-0 as far as conflict victories due to this. Now, as far as the gear goes, we're going to be looking for 7 blues and 7 yellows. But with the ongoing directive, I'm looking right now just to add 20% weapon handling for better accuracy with the sniper rifle, and also to control the LMG at times. And obviously, the reason I don't have another protocol mod on that one is because it's red, and right now I'm also using compensated on the gloves for an added 15% weapon damage, and it causes me to have 3 or less of the red. But don't worry, with all this weapon damage that we're adding on and the headshot damage, it just cleans up the floor. No need to even worry about adding critical hit chance or critical hit damage. You're going to do everything you need from these two weapons just based on the massive amount of weapon damage we're already dealing out on top of the added headshot damage. Plus, we're also going to be using on the ropes on the backpack. We need that 25% as well, just for our skills being on cooldown. Now, number one thing with the chest piece, you can use Unstoppable Force. It's what I'm using right now, but I am thinking about turning over to the Bloodsucker just to add armor, because it's so quick with the Nemesis to take other people's armor down that I don't feel it's really necessary to have that buff of damage later on. It can be nice, but it's something that's more of chance, if anything, considering I'm only going to take on one person at a time at most moments, and the added damage really is just going to be a bit overkill at this point. But we're looking for, if you can find a chest piece with just blues and yellows, that's going to be perfect for you, considering the fact that you'd like to have your holster with something more, probably around like a headshot damage. But as of right now, in order for me to actually work out and add 10% LMG damage, I'm using this holster that has 2 blues and 1 yellow just to equal out and have less than 3 or less of the offensive talents. Now, the skills we'll be using is going to be Pulse with Jammer, which is going to be perfect. It's almost 2 minutes of cooldown time. Just hit it and forget it. Won't even think about it until later on. Most of the time, as soon as you see it go into 3, 2, 1, it's been that 2 minutes, and it's about that time you even look down to even check it. So it's not much to worry right there. With the secondary skill, I've been using the Reinforcer Chem Launcher due to the fact that it's got 3 ammo, so it technically has 3 times 18 of the cooldown time. But you only need to shoot it once to activate the cooldown. But hitting it constantly, especially when you need some health here and there, it works perfectly. If you'd like to have a little more fun, the Riot Foam is pretty fun, but at the same time you're only adding another 10 seconds to the 1 ammo cartridge to shoot, and you're constantly going to have to be hitting it out. Whereas this works perfectly with the 3, and it's also a heal. With a sidearm, right now I'm just running this one. It's more just aesthetic. It's not much big difference. If I could use anything, I'd probably use something that would have an overlap ability, but throwing distance does work pretty well right now, considering if you're sniping, you might be at range, you might not be able to get around to the cover in front of you to hit the person you've downed, but you can hit them from that distance with a grenade, just before the enemy comes back in. As far as mods go, been looking at blues. When it comes to the defensive protocol, you want extra incoming health and armor on kill. Health really isn't that big a deal with this build, but when it comes down to the defensive system, you're going to be looking for that plus total armor. That will be perfect for any build that you have that's dealing with armor. As far as utility protocols, I usually try to just go for the explosive damage, but it's really kind of useless to me considering I don't really need skill power and I don't really need them to be on cooldown that often. But if I did have a utility system mod, I'd go for the reload speed. It's going to be perfect for you. Just on top of that sharpshooter's reload speed, it's going to be running it great for you. Especially with the LMG, you don't want those long reload times. So 4.4 may seem like a long time, but it's a lot less than 6 seconds to the normal. But yeah, that is the build, guys. If you have any questions, just leave comments down below. I'll be on Twitch just about every day, and I'll be leaving a link down at the bottom. I'll also be making a few videos of my conflict matches with this set, so I'll give you some tactics on how to use it. Your majority just going to hit the cooldowns as soon as you get in. Anytime someone gets close, you're popping out the LMG, try to go for a headshot, but obviously it's still going to be dishing out the good damage that we have from on the ropes and the compensated, along with unstoppable fours. But if you're using the bloodsucker, obviously you're going to be having more armor as you deplete them, and it's going to be shredding them, especially with the Nemesis doing 1.5 million damage with one shot. It's just a hard stopper in any game. But alright, guys, tell me what you think. If you have any ideas or better pieces of gear that I should probably put on here, just leave a comment down below. And